Good evening, good afternoon, good morning, depending on which time of the day it is for you. My name is John DeLuna, and I am a ServiceNow developer. Today, we're going to be discussing a couple of open source projects that I've been working on. Well, I guess we should say one open source project, but two pieces. It's the NeuroNow. It's basically a ServiceNow integration with OpenAI, and we're going to get into that a little bit and just basically on how to set it up. If you're watching this video, chances are you've already been exposed to the project itself. And if not, well, then maybe this is a good jumping off point, and now you know where to go to get a hold of the project and try it out yourself. All right, so the project really is composed of three pieces. It's going to be grabbing the project itself from GitHub, as you can see here, so NeuroNow, as well as the NeuroNow extras. So this will be the global piece, and this is the scoped piece. You'll need a ServiceNow instance. So obviously, if you're a developer or you want to be a developer, you can always get that from ServiceNow. All right, and stand that up. And then you're going to need an OpenAI account as well. So let me go ahead and spin that up. I guess I can leave it over there. All right. So you're gonna require all of that. All right. So the first things first, jump out here to github.com/Mars Landing Media and download or clone the NeuroNow repository. Please read through everything here. Okay, it's going to kind of give you a breakdown of what's what and explain a little bit how this is used. Keep in mind, I am not affiliated with ServiceNow, nor am I affiliated with OpenAI, nor is this project secure. Okay, use at your own risk. It's a demo project. All right, it's a toy. It's meant to explore and learn. So self-development. It covers a lot of different facets. Scripted REST messages. Script includes service portal, JavaScript, Angular, HTML, CSS. It touches everything. All right, so just keep that in mind. On the flip side of that, if you do decide to clone this and leverage it for your own purposes, yeah, I mean, if you're able to, please share. That'd be great, right? It is licensed. And while it's an open source license, it is still protected. So, you know, let's make sure that we adhere to the licensing. That would be fantastic. Apart from that, do as you will, enjoy, explore, expand. Okay, the other piece of this is the NeuroNow extras. What does that consist of? Agent documentation, OpenAI functions, and ServiceNow functions. Obviously, with ServiceNow functions, we're probably talking about an update set that we're going to install, global and scope, as I mentioned earlier. OpenAI functions, a little bit different than functions that we're used to as far as the way they're defined. Essentially, JSON objects, we'll take a look at that as well. And then agent docs, these are not functions. These are human readable resources that we're going to feed the system. Okay, these are just starters, and you can do whatever you want. I would advise just to grab these just to get you up and running, put them on real fast, and then you can go in and modify as you see fit to really see, you know, like where you can take your project. All right, so you're going to want to download all of that. Above anything else, so you're going to want to make sure you get yourself your PDI stood up. And then obviously you're going to need your OpenAI account. Okay, once you stand up your PDI, you're going to want to go ahead and set up your credential or whatever method you choose to access your GitHub repository, okay? So let's go ahead. Let's just kind of get an idea. How long does it take to stand up? So I've got 6:30 p.m. my time, so I'm actually kind of curious. I've never really timed myself. but it should be pretty straightforward. So let's just go ahead and jump into Studio. You'll have to bear with me. I might be running a little slow here. Oh, is that from a previous instance? Okay. I was playing around with this earlier. Bear with me. We're going to go back. Let's go view. Oh, maybe I'm trying to go too fast. No, we're good. We're going to create a custom branch for this. And we're going to go back and grab this. Come on. This is, now I'm in a race with myself and I'm not very fast. I'm not the fastest person in the world. All right, there we go. Should be an easy race then, right? Okay, so there's my credential that I set up earlier. Obviously, we're going to connect to this branch and then the repo that we're going to grab this from. Let's go ahead and do that download / install. Okay, so this is putting the core logic onto the platform. I could start singing right about now. You don't want me to do that. It could be interesting though. Well, and considering that I don't make videos every day, it's awkward for me just to sit here by myself in silence, acting like I'm talking to somebody. All right, are we in there? Yes, we're in there. Okay. All right, we should be in scope. We are in scope. Wonderful. All right, the next thing I want to do is, excuse me, I want to grab the global piece that I mentioned earlier. So that's the extras. And the reason why is because it's going to contain the functions, okay? So it's the modular functionality that's going to mirror what we see in OpenAI, all right? And I can't really show you that right from the beginning, because obviously if I don't have it, I can't show it. Guess that makes sense. The other piece of this, or the other part of this is without this global piece, the primary interface won't fire up, right? You'll get errors. So let's go ahead and go into retrieve. If I can spell. You'll see this mouse jump all over the place. This thing weighs like 3 grams. I'm lying, it's like 30 grams. But apparently if I just barely breathe, it moves. So I will try to not go too crazy with it. All right. Oh, look, logos. Wonderful. Logos everywhere. Desktop. Here we go. All right. Go there. We'll go install. All right. This is our global stuff. Let's go ahead and preview, and then we'll go ahead and commit. Cool beans. Let's take a quick look before we do the commit. What are we getting with this? Oh, well, with this, we're getting a bunch of dictionary pieces, right? That's going to accompany our nice skills table. What else are we getting? Yep, some script include stuff going on here to harbor some GPT functions. Yep, so there's actually 4 script includes. There is the base GPT that you saw, or sorry, that you did not see, but it comes with the core. It's the core functionality. It's like the main brain. We have this. This is a very small script include that's going to shuttle us between all of our skills in our database. This is like the big brother or big sister of this particular script include. So there's logic in here that essentially is going to allow us to traverse reference fields. You hit a reference field and you want to dig deeper into it. This is going to iterate through the attributes of that in order to grab the data and then update a field. Like, so for example, the location, or sorry, the department field on sysuser, for example. Okay. And then there's a security piece in here because it's, there's a little piece in there to do that. All right. And then there's some roles that came with the table. All right, good stuff. So let's go ahead and hit commit. Yeah, it feels safe, right? Just do it. Click go. All right. Fantastic. All right, so before we fire anything up, let's just kind of take a look and see what we have. So I'm going to show you the main reason why we're looking at this. So let's go into our database and take a look at the new table. All right, so at any given point, if you type in GPT, which it is not in this particular case, or if you type in open or OpenAI, you'll get there. All right, so you can see 3 primary tables, our skills table, which we just got, okay? That's global. And then you can see the 2 scope tables in here. That's gonna hold the primary conversation and then the related messages of you communicating with the agent. Let's go ahead and look at this real quick, show list. You should end up with your functions or your tools or your skills, however you wanna call it. I'm probably breaking a lot of rules right now within the industry. It probably decisively has one specific definition, and I'm calling it like all 3 of these. So they all kind of feel the same. Take note of the names. So a recent update I just made, these were not in parity with what was in OpenAI, and they must. Okay, so let's go into OpenAI real quick and take a look. All right, so you get in here. If you're familiar with OpenAI, then fantastic. If you're not, learn quick. The primary area that you're going to want to work in is the assistants. You're going to want to set this up. You can see I have one set up already. Okay, so let's go ahead and go through this. Keep in mind there's this ID. We're going to have to use this here in a minute. So we're not fully set up on our instance, okay? But we will be here in a minute. Excuse me. All right, so, whoops, here we go. Go ahead and fill out everything. It's pretty self-explanatory. I do want to explain this one though. System instructions. I've stuck with 1. And the reason why is because every time that you're communicating, every time you're sending out that request, you're sending this with it. So if you fill this up, you're cashing in tokens. All right. The model. I've stuck with many. You can go nano. You can go full on 4.1 or whatever you want. What I found is the more robust you go, the faster you hit the token wall, unless you're paying more, for the privilege of doing so. Mini seems to strike a balance, and I seem to get everything I want out of it, and I don't hit the token wall. So I'm happy with that, and I'm able to play pretty much all day long. So that's the model I chose for this particular agent. Okay, files. You can put all those files that I showed you earlier that were in the extras. Okay. Whoops. Wrong place. Okay, now it's going to play games. Let's slow down. Here we go. There we go. I was a little bit too quick. So these files here that are located under agent docs, you just go, like, they're separated for humans by library and response standards. You can take them all and aggregate them right here under files. And that's going to be the quickest way to get set up. Otherwise, you can do the same thing and just place them into a vector database. And you can see here, I've got a vector database referenced right here, but you would create that over here under storage, okay? And then you'll have access to it right here. So either way you want to do that, that's up to you. Functions. All you need to do is click function with the plus sign, and then you're going to go into, not that one, into the extras. You're going to want to go to the base, and let's see, here we go. Go into OpenAI functions, click on this, and it's a copy and paste. Boom, that's it. And then hit add. All right, so I'll open this. There you go. And this is what it looks like. Take note of the name. Create user account, for example. Create user account. These have to match. Otherwise, the agent won't be able to run the functions. All right, I'm not going to get into the details of what's in these. These are called tools. Yes, they're listed as functions, but they're also referenced as tools. I'm not going to get into the details of how these work. There is documentation on this with OpenAI, and maybe I'll explore this in another video. Maybe that'll be a fun discussion to have. Keep in mind, this does matter. Descriptions do matter. The system, or sorry, the agent does read this, and it pays attention. Okay, let me scroll down. Again, I'm not super familiar with the nuances of adjusting temperature and top P. I will tell you this: you want to keep the response format as text. That's what the UI and that's what this integration is expecting. All right, that's pretty much it on that end. One last piece: set up your API key. Okay, so you're going to need two pieces. You're going to need the assistant ID, which I'm going to grab right now, and you're going to need the API key. And then me personally, when I'm playing, I like to keep this window up and I'll monitor the threads. All right. So that being said, let's finish the setup. Please excuse me if there's any background noise. I don't have a studio. Not trying to have a studio. So yeah, there's life. Life is happening here, right? That's a good thing. Okay, we're going to go ahead and copy and paste that right in there. I'm going to go grab my token, and I'll have you know, I'll probably do a cut on this one, so you probably won't see the token. At least that's the intent. Okay, so we've updated the system properties. When you get this project, if you want to add your system properties, you know, into a module and make that, you know, streamline things, make it a little bit more professional, I think that's a great idea. Yeah, whatever you do, yeah, share it with the community, share it with me. If you don't share it with anybody else, I'm definitely always open to new things. Also, keep in mind, don't be afraid to come over here and use the issues or kick off a discussion with me. Look, somebody else already has. Good stuff. I'm definitely open to talk about anything that might not be awesome, or any cool things that will be awesome. Likewise, in this video, if you want to make comments in the bottom and share with me your thoughts, that's fantastic too. All right. I think that's it. Let's go take a look. I'm going to go ahead and duplicate this page. You know, and for right now, it's real simple. It's just GPT. Okay. I know it's pretty original, right? It should fire right up if everything worked out. Awesome. Okay, and here we are. Okay, what are some nuances about this? Well, the good news is it's async. The bad news is there's no spinner on here, right? So there's nothing on here right now. I just haven't taken the time out to address anything that says, hey, I'm thinking. So just keep in mind, it will be thinking. It might take a minute. And maybe in the future, when I have a little bit of time set aside, I'll throw some more stuff in there that says, hey, this thing's still thinking. So you're not left wondering if it's going to actually answer you. So let's just go ahead and give it a whirl. Tell you what, before we do that, since we're going to give it a whirl, let's go ahead and go like this. Let's go over here and go like this. And I clicked. I swear I did. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and filter this one out. Let's go back over here. Let's have some fun. Let's do my favorite, I guess. All right. So you can see what the prompt is. This will be interesting. Let's see what happens. You never know what you get. All right. So right away, excuse me, right away, we're going to see the prompt that I just pushed, right? Again, this is that part where it's like, oh, are you actually working on this? So it's working. Just give it a minute, or not a minute, maybe a few seconds here. In the meantime, I'll sit here and see if I can crank out a tune. Okay, here we go. Anytime. Okay, so there might be some moments where it does actually answer, but for whatever reason, the page didn't refresh. It normally refreshes on its own. There it goes. Okay, good news. So I didn't have to do anything. Sweet. Whew. Demo saved. All right, so this is what it's claiming it did for us. Hey, look, I've created 6 new users from the Marvel Universe with the following details. Tony Stark, T Stark. Okay, CEO, department. Iron Man, lovely. Steve Rogers, oh, I'm loving this, great. CA America. Really? They're all from @company.com. Okay, wonderful. All right. Bruce Banner, the Incredible Hulk. Yeah, this is legit. I think we're on point. Peter Parker, Spider-Man. Perfect. Let's take a look. Let's see. Did it actually work? All right. I think we're in business. Let's take a look at that title. Let's take a look at the department. I don't recall seeing that. Here we go. Scroll down, grab that, pop that up here somewhere, hit OK. Okay, we didn't get the title in there, and we didn't get the department. Did I pay attention? Let me know if you need any further modifications. All right. Hey, I noticed the title and department was not, I can't type today, updated. Can you please update these? All right. Sometimes it gets it all in one go, and sometimes you just never know. Okay, but the cool part is we're seeing, hey, we saw the insert or the create. Now we should see an update. Okay, it's telling us that everything was updated. Let's see. Did you do your job? Did that refresh? No, that did not. Okay. So I've actually recorded this video like 3 times, and I am not kidding. This actually did work. So let me try something else real quick. Peter Parker. Can you please learn to spell? Oh my goodness, this is crazy. Okay, I'm done. Let me stop. Question mark. There we go. Let's see if it can get 1. So this is the challenge, right? Is always trying to make these this whole thing with AI, trying to make it more accurate and consistent. Okay, I swear, I think it's lying to me. Let's see. You did not tell the truth. Okay, so couple things. There are moments where something like this is happening because Where is it? Because the functions didn't line up. Now, I know for a fact they did because I updated those, and those are in the update set, and I did that yesterday. And then I ran through this test earlier, so I thought this was going to be a perfect demo. But the demo foiler has foiled me today. But that's okay. Let's see if we can wrap this up with one better thing. Let's say okay. With a small k, please. Come on, NeuroNow. Don't let me down. I need music. I think I'm going to put music on. I'll have music playing in the background of this video. So I think that's what I'm going to do. You're killing me. Come on. What's happened here? I think it takes a minute for the delete process. There we go. All right, so patience pays off, right? Okay, there were six users from the Marvel Universe that have now been deleted. Yep, I know that. Yeah, I've already done this exercise like a few times. Yep. All right, let's take a look. Did you delete them? You did. You got that part right. Okay, cool. All right. Go here. It's like, so, I mean, you can see the basic functionality going on here. And honestly, the sky's the limit. Whatever you put in those functions, you can do. So right now we're doing silly stuff, right? We're just, we're creating users, we're updating users, kind of, right? We're deleting users for sure. But we can query the database. I didn't write a function specifically for catalog items or anything else for that matter. I do have one specifically for the sys user table, but yet here we are. We were able to do this. Yeah, so that's the power of that. All right. I think this concludes the demonstration. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. In future videos, we'll dive a little bit deeper into the functionality, like how to delete threads. For example, there's no button in here. If I hit refresh real quick, there's no button within OpenAI to just delete this thread, for example. So if you're not careful, these will start to pile up, but you are saved. The integration has functionality. It's a fixed script. So I told you that ahead of time. So now you can go find out for yourself. So there may not be a reason to do the video, completely negated. No need to do video, so now everybody's saved. But yeah, we'll talk about all that. I appreciate your time. Thank you for choosing my video. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a wonderful rest of your week. All right. Cheers. Thank you.